God. I hate this. Oh, let me... Second. Let's just wait for a second. I hate that I'm having to do this, but my phone is not working. My phone, cell phone, whatever you want to call it, it's YouTube on my phone is acting like a big old B word, and it's refusing to go live for me. And it's refusing to let me go live. But apparently, I'm able to do it just fine. I'm able to go live just fine on my iPad. So I don't know what the problem is, but I am gonna try to get this live stream over with within an hour. But I don't know what's going on. It's like refusing to cooperate. So I eventually decided, you know what? I can't do it. I can't put it off. I have to use my iPad. I hate this. Like that I'm having to use my iPad because I don't want to use my iPad, but my phone will not work. It's not working. YouTube on my phone is not working. It's constantly saying error creating broadcasts. So I have to use my phone. I have to use my iPad. But let's get on with the show. I don't want to take up too much time because I've already wasted about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I've wasted 30 minutes trying to get my phone to cooperate with me and work, which it will not do, which it refuses to do. So I'm just going to do it on my iPad today. Obviously, the screen's going to be a little different for you guys. It's just going to be a lot bigger of a screen, but it's okay. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to deal with it how best I can. But let's start out with the first show of the week. Obviously, that's Monday Night Raw, as always. And if you want to know why I'm constantly looking down, it's because every now and then I have to look at my notes. I have notes literally right here in front of me, so I can know exactly what all happened. I do that so I'm able to know what happened on each show and whatnot. So it's all that is. Okay, let's get on with the show. Naomi is now the new Women's World Champion. She opened up the show. She opened up Monday Night Raw and had a lot to say. She had a lot to say in regards to, well, Moxley, I was wondering when you would show up. So I guess you're gonna get, you got. So congratulations. But yeah, Naomi, she opened the show. She was immediately people started chanting, you deserve it. And she was just like, no. That's not gonna happen. You ain't gonna do that. I mean, you wasn't feeling the glow, but you're feeling me now, ain't you? That's what she said. She basically was like, oh, hell no, you don't suddenly get to tell me. You don't get to suddenly act like you care about me and that I deserve this when you didn't care before. So, yeah. I thought that was great. She was basically saying, screw you to the fans. Then she basically Yeah, this was great. Naomi's promos are great right now. Probably some of the best promo stuff in the business when it comes to heel work. When it comes to heel work, for sure. She talked about how she was now done. Also, she reminded the fans, don't act. And she also said to the fans, don't you start acting. Oh, and also, don't you start acting like you knew this was going to happen. Because for the longest time, you thought I was going to be cashing in my Money in the Bank briefcase on Tiffany Stratton. But as she reminded us, she warned us that ain't nobody know my next move until I make it. So obviously she was like, you all thought I was going to cash in on Tiffany Stratton, but you didn't know what I was going to do because I didn't actually. But hey, it's nice that she is basically reminding us how unpredictable Money in the Bank cash-ins can be. Because it's pretty obvious that I don't think anyone expected this. When it comes to Money in the Bank contract, when it comes to Money in the Bank cash-ins, I don't think anybody expected this. Nobody expected this. Because, yeah, I mean, from the moment she won the briefcase, all she was doing was targeting Tiffany Stratton. So it made perfect sense that she might be going with Tiffany as the person she was going to cash in on. Obviously, that wasn't the case. Obviously, that's not the case. Obviously, that's not what happened. But it is what it is. Then she also said that she was done with all the foolishness on SmackDown. She said that if she was keeping it 100, I think, which is how she said it, Bianca and Jade never really wanted her to succeed anyways. And that that all they wanted her to be was just a friend, as a partner, as a third wheel, as a flunky. At least that's what she said. Now, obviously, eventually, Rhea came out, and was like, "Okay, congrats, Naomi. You cashed in Money in the Bank briefcase, but you ruined my chance to finally beat Io and win back my Women's World Championship. So congratulations, you just made my list." And then Io Sky comes out, and I'm like, yes, this makes perfect sense. Io obviously got screwed over as well, so you can't necessarily blame Io for wanting to come out there and be like, hey, you stole my title just as easily. I'm talking about Naomi. I'm talking about Rhea Ripley, Mox. So shut your mouth. So shut your stupid little mouth. But it is what it is. 3 likes already. Let's go. But yes, Io obviously started talking in English/Japanese. Then Adam Pearce comes out. Then she basically tells Io, I don't know what you just said, but you and her, meaning Rhea, can get your titleless asses out of my face into the back of the line. Then Adam Pearce comes out. Oh, hey Austin. I'm using my iPad today to go live because my phone, for some reason, wouldn't let me go live. It was just kept saying error creating broadcast. Thank you for the like, by the way. I'm pretty sure that's you. But thank you. I Well, hey. Oh, shut up. Shut up, Mox. You can literally create all of the fake accounts you want, Mox. But you're done. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. But yeah, then Adam Pierce comes out and is like, Rhea, I know you basically got stolen of your opportunity to become women's champion again. And then he also says, Io, I know you also didn't exactly get a fair chance to defend your title. So, what he decided to do is decided, you know what, we're gonna make this a triple threat match at SummerSlam. So basically, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Naomi has now been made official for SummerSlam. That should be a great match. I do see Naomi retaining because then she's gonna have to face against Stephanie Becker at Clash in Paris and Stephanie could wind up winning that match. I don't know, but it is what it is. This was great opening the Monday Night Raw. After this, though, we get Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio backstage. They are celebrating Raquel and Roxanne's successful title defense at Evolution. Now, obviously, Roxanne, and Raquel have a match against the Kabuki Warriors in a bit, so Finn tells Dominic that maybe he should go out there as support in case Raquel and Roxanne need a little help winning, so to speak. Already 6 likes, damn. Okay, I'm doing pretty good today. Let's just say it, I'm doing pretty good today. Then we get Paul Heyman. Up there, he's being interviewed by Kathy Kelly, if I'm not mistaken. He had Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker with him. He was asked about the status of Seth Rollins following Saturday night's main events, where he got apparently injured, in his match with LA Knight. Now, there's obviously a bunch of people saying it's a work. A lot of other people are saying it's legitimate. I don't know what to believe. I do not know what to believe. But Paul Heyman basically put any doubt to rest as to whether or not Seth Rollins was going to have to give up his Money in the Bank briefcase by saying Seth Rollins has as much time as he needs to cash in this briefcase. Basically, he said that what he meant was that Seth Rollins will not be relinquishing this Money in the Bank briefcase anytime soon. So that at least clears up that little rumor that was going around that maybe Seth Rollins might have to relinquish the briefcase and we might need to crown a new Money in the Bank winner. But that obviously didn't happen. Andrew, I don't know why you're here, but you can... Austin, are you here? If you're still here, can you do me a favor and block Mr. Andrew Munson for me, please? Because apparently he is here and he is... thank you. Because Andrew Munson is here and he decided to crash the party. But he's not welcome, so ha 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 ha. Bye bye bye. Whether Seth Rollins' injury is legitimate or not, I don't know. We won't know at least until SummerSlam, maybe, because there's a lot of people saying that this could all be a work and that Seth Rollins could be cashing in, could just be not showing up to Raw until SummerSlam, and then he makes a miraculous recovery and cashes in Money in the Bank briefcase during the Gunther versus CM Punk match, which would make so much sense considering Seth Rollins has made it abundantly clear. I mean, the Raw after Night of Champions, Seth Rollins made it clear he didn't come to Saudi Arabia and bring his Money in the Bank briefcase with him to cash in on that match. He was there to make sure that CM Punk does not win the WWE Championship. Because in Seth's words, as long as there's breath in his lungs, CM Punk will never be a world champion because I will never allow it to happen. Because I won't allow it to happen. I don't care how many times I have to interfere in his matches. He will never be a world champion. I won't allow it. And that's basically it. It makes sense for him to want to cash in on that match. And if he does, then it will all have just been a work. Now apparently that spot at Saturday Night's Main Event was supposed to happen, obviously. It was supposed to happen as like a work. But then there's also speculation that he might have already been injured previously, before the match even took place. And so who knows what's gonna happen, but hey. We then get the Kabuki Warriors versus Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. Non-title match, went about 10 minutes. Good match, considering all four of these women are very good. Raquel has definitely stepped it up recently when it comes to performing. She's definitely gotten a lot better as of late, which is pretty cool. It's as if the injury to Liv Morgan is basically... Austin, are you still here? Andrew Munson has made an appearance. So could you block him? Because I can't. His comments aren't showing up on my screen. Oh, I won't be. Aw, come on, Andrew. Don't be shy. Austin won't bite. If he is still here, then he won't bite. I promise. Come on, Andrew. Oh, you did? You actually did? Oh, thanks. I was wondering if all he did was just delete his comment, so I couldn't hide him, or so no one could hide him or anything. But thank you, Austin. I appreciate that. This was obviously Raquel and Roxanne won the match via distraction from Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And it is what it is. We also got LA Knight. He was out there. He decided to send a heartfelt message of sorts, I'm guessing, to Seth Rollins. He wasn't exactly like, oh, I'm so sorry that you got injured. He was very sarcastic about it, so, which only makes sense because he's definitely that kind of guy. What happened? Okay, Andrew. Okay, Austin. I don't know if you hit him or not, but he's apparently back. I mean, I wish I could hide him, but I can't because his comments will not show up on my screen. I'm guessing that's because I blocked him. Because I already blocked him, I'm pretty sure. Blocked him on YouTube, so I can't see his comments. Yes, then we get Chelsea Green and Steph. We got Chelsea Green backstage. She runs into Stephanie Becker. Chelsea Green is not happy about losing the women's battle royal at Evolution 2. Aww. I have done nothing wrong. I have done no. I haven't. I haven't done no wrong. I haven't not done no wrong. Yeah. Nice try, Moxley, but it's never gonna happen. Chelsea Green went one-on-one with Nikki Bella later on in the show, but then after this little backstage segment, we got Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley in a 2 out of 3 falls match to determine the number 1 contender for Becky's Women's Intercontinental title at SummerSlam. This was great. This was great. It went about 20 minutes, actually, which is great in and of itself. But Lyra won this. Now there's actually news, there's actually a rumor going around now that I recently heard of just today after watching WrestleMania's video today that WWE might be starting a storyline in which Bayley's losing streak as of right now could be turned into a storyline that eventually sees her turn heel, which it only makes sense. I just feel like she's already starting to show heel tendencies, especially in the build-up to the Evolution match between the three of them, between her, Lyra, and Becky. Oh, Andrew Munson, you crack me up. You crack me up a lot. You crack me up. It's like, yeah, I think what Andrew Munson's doing is that he comes in, types a few remarks, and then as soon as it looks like someone might try to hide him or block him or time him out, it's like zoop. It's like, I'm gonna delete my messages so he can't find me and time me out and stuff. What? Okay, well, I don't know what's going on here, but he keeps... If that's really you blocking him, then I don't know what's going on, but he keeps coming back. It's like a revolving door of Andrew Munson accounts that are all the exact same. They are all the exact same person. It's not a different person each time. It's the same person. Dang. Well, I don't have to worry about you, Austin. I know you're here, and you know you're going to do what's necessary to keep the bad seeds out. Well, when it comes to the ones that I know that actually show up on my screen, I can do those. I can take care of those. But when it comes to Andrew Munson, he apparently doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go away. Well, Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do something. Oops. I decided to do something. Oh, Andrew Munson, you are about to get cooked. Screenshots are perfect for when you want to catch someone in the act. Screenshots are perfect for when you want to catch someone doing something they shouldn't be doing, or at the very least saying something that they shouldn't be saying, and you want to share it to somebody who you know is gonna do something about it. Matt. But let's get on with the show. Yeah, Lyra won, number one contender. She's the new number one contender for Bailey's for Becky Lynch's Women's Intercontinental Championship. Does she win it at SummerSlam? Maybe. I don't know 100% sure, but it wouldn't surprise me if she did win. I'm just going to say that right now. It wouldn't surprise me if she did win. We got Sheamus and Rusev in a backstage segment. Well, Rusev was being interviewed, and then Sheamus decided to interrupt and told Rusev that obviously he talked to Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce saw what happened in their last match. Why would anybody do that? Because I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done anything that I should be ashamed of. But Sheamus decided to tell Rusev that after what happened in our last match, and after Adam Pearce saw what happened, guess what? We got a rematch, and I don't know when that rematch is going to happen. It could happen next week on this upcoming Monday, but we don't know. I could see that match happening at SummerSlam. Maybe if they do a match next week. Oh, well, that's nice. Well, that's nice, Austin. That's great, Austin. Glad that you're happy today. Glad that you're happy today. I hope everybody that's watching this is happy. I know one person that's not happy right now, or at least will be happy when I finally, I don't know, am either in prison or decide to off myself or decide to quit YouTube altogether. Oh, okay, that's really nice, Austin. Well, hey, good for you. We got Nikki Bella versus Chelsea Green. This match lasted about 8 minutes. Nothing too special. Great to see Nikki Bella back, and it's obvious she's actually doing a actual return, and this is an actual return full time, and not just a one-off appearance at Evolution. So who knows? Maybe they were going to do the Bellas. I know that the plans for Evolution were changed due to Nikki's apparent injury. They might have been looking to do the Bellas versus Liv and Raquel. Why would I want to have power in politics? I hate politics, and I don't ever plan on making it a career choice for me. It's never going to happen. But yeah, if that was the case, then we could have seen the Bellas winning the tag team titles. But it is what it is. Nikki Bella won. Obviously, post-match saw Stephanie Vaquer saw the Secret Service, Piper Niven and Alba Fire get involved, started attacking on Nikki, but then Stephanie Vaquer came out to make the save. And so that is what it is. Great for Nikki Bella to be back. I'm happy she's back. I am happy she's back. Then we get American Made. They are interviewed by Byron Saxton about El Grande Americano. That'll never happen. Because, like I said before, and I'll say it again, I've never done anything to be ashamed. I have never done anything to be ashamed of. I've never done anything that would be worth sending me to prison for. So you can just keep dreaming, because that's all you're going to do. Because that's all you can do is dream that one day I'll be dead and you will never have to worry or see my face ever again. But that won't happen because I'm not that. I ain't that easy. I ain't that easy to get rid of. American Made were interviewed regarding El Grande Americano's match last week against Dragon Lee. For some reason, I especially liked Brutus, the outfit that Brutus Creed was wearing, because then afterwards, after Raw, I was on Instagram and I saw Brutus Creed, and I follow Brutus Creed on Instagram. Apparently, when he had posted to his story, I actually was able to see like the full outfit that he was wearing, and it was an homage to James Dean from Rebel Without a Cause. So I like that movie. I've seen that movie. Shut up, Mox. No. I did not want to I'm not adding you as a mod. You're good. You're getting timed out, Mox. You are getting timed out. You're getting a timeout, Mox. But yeah, I like it. I liked it. We got Gunther. He is out there to basically talk about SummerSlam. He talked a little bit about Goldberg and about Saturday Night's Main Event, but then he shifted focus to SummerSlam, and obviously switched focus to the Gauntlet match that was to happen immediately following this. Thanks, Austin. I appreciate it. I mean, when it comes to Andrew Munson, the Andrew Munson accounts, yes, you can hide him, but because he's the only one, I'm going to trust you to do that, because he's the only one that I can't seem to see his comments. He's the only one who obviously comments aren't showing up. But then everybody else that I can see that comes on here that I know is a fake account, I'll just block them. But I'm entrusting you with the Andrew Munson accounts if they ever come in again. Okay, well, thanks. I appreciate that. I was wondering. I didn't do it. I didn't hide him, but hey. Then Braun Breaker comes in, interrupts, and I'm like, yes, I want this match at some point. This match obviously isn't happening at SummerSlam, but I would love to see this match at some point. We already did in NXT when Braun Breaker had just won back the NXT title from Dolph Ziggler, and it was Gunther's last match on NXT before moving up to the main roster. But as far as on the main roster goes, I would love to see this version of Braun Breaker versus this version of Gunther. I'm sure it's going to be great. But hey, then we get the Gauntlet match, and this match lasted about 50 minutes. It lasted, oh yes, I did hear that. AJ Styles will be at TNA Slammiversary tonight. What he'll be doing, I do not know, but I do know that he's coming to TNA tonight. I'm excited about that. We got Braun Breaker versus Penta El Zero Miedo versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight versus CM Punk. This match lasted about 50 minutes. It lasted about an hour. And Braun lasted up until the final competitor. CM Punk came in last. Obviously, Braun eliminated both Penta, Jay, and LA Knight, but then CM Punk was able to beat Braun Breaker and win the match. Post-match, though, Bronson Reed came into the ring. Braun and CM Punk just decided they were just going to attack CM Punk. Then, all of a sudden, Roman Reigns' theme hits, and he comes out and makes the save for Jey Uso, who came out also to help CM Punk out. And so, hey, it is what it is. great to have Roman Reigns back. And he will be live for the next 2 editions of Monday Night Raw going into SummerSlam. So I'm happy that he's back. If I had to rate this week's Monday Night Raw, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe an 8. It was not perfect, but it was pretty darn good. But it was just very good. Then on to TNA on being Tuesday and NXT. Now, Fatal Influence opened the show. Obviously, Fallon, JC Jane defended her NXT Women's Championship against Jordan Grace at Evolution. Fatal Influence, JC Jane was able to win the match via interference from Fatal Influence as well as Mariah May, aka Blake Monroe, turning heel. Boy, that didn't last very long. That face run didn't last very long. But it is what it is. JC Jane talked about her win at Evolution. She also talked about her tag team loss at Great American Bash. And then she turned her attention to TNA Slammiversary because obviously it was made official that JC Jane, that the NXT Women's Champion, coming out of Evolution, will face the TNA Knockouts Champion Masha Slamovich in a title versus title match. So it's for both titles. I don't know who's going to win that match. My guess, maybe JC Jane wins both titles. Maybe Masha wins both titles. I don't know. No, it will not. No, it will not. Sorry, Mox, but you will never get your wish. You'll never get your wish, and it'll never ever happen. No matter how many times you cry and plead for it to happen, it just won't happen. But damn, Mox, you're in rare form tonight. You are in rare form tonight, and I know the count says Andrew Munson, but I know it's you, Mox. I know it's you, Mox, because I know what you say. I know how you word things. So, it is what it is. Yeah. But it is what it is. Congrats to JC Jane. She's definitely going to go down as probably the most worthless NXT Women's Champion of all time. But still, I guess you have to be somewhat thankful that she's actually getting a push, that she's gotten a push into the main event scene. But it is what it is. Thanks, Austin. I appreciate it. Then Masha Slamovich comes out. And they start going back and forth. Then Soruka and Daria come out and they start talking smack, and then as expected, these 6 women, all hell breaks loose and they start beating up each other. This then leads to the main event being made, which is Fatal Influence versus Masha Slamovich, Soruka, and Zarya. Fatal Influence has been in the main event of a lot of NXTs within the last couple of months, and especially when it comes to being tag team matches and 6-woman tag matches. Oh, Mox, you crack me up. You are making me laugh. I am not the next Zelensky. Don't even go there. Don't even go there, Max. Because you're just asking for it. After this, we got a video package that we got, and this was to be shown. This was shown a couple times as a 3-part, I guess, video package chronicling the rise and fall of the D'Angelo family, because obviously on tonight's NXT, on the NXT episode on Tuesday, we were getting a family business triple threat match between Stax, Tony D, and Luca Crucifino. So before the match took place, we got 3 separate video packages, all chronicling the rise and fall of the D'Angelo family. The first one was the rise of the Dawn, which basically talked about Tony D's first few months in WWE, in NXT, from his debut up until when he officially was granted the power to be the Dawn of NXT, having beat Tommaso Ciampa at Stand and Deliver in 2022. Second part was him bringing in Stax, bringing in Luca Crucifino, bringing in Adriano Rizzo, and then the gold that they won together as tag team champions. And then the third part was the fall of the D'Angelo family, which is what's happened in the recent months. Oh, as long as I haven't done anything worth being reported to the police about, it will never happen. It will never happen. But it is what it is. Oh, you make me laugh, Mox. You do make me laugh. You know what? I think I'm gonna... But it is what it is. We got a 6-man tag team match. We got a 6-man tag team match involving Joe Hendry, Mike Santana, and Trick Williams versus Dark State. 3 members of Dark State. This match went about 11 minutes, but it didn't end necessarily because the system in TNA, which is a faction in TNA that includes Brian Myers, JDC, formerly known as Fandango in WWE, and thanks, Austin, I appreciate it. He'll just keep creating new accounts, new fake Andrew Munson accounts, I guess, and he'll just keep coming in. But you just keep hiding him, and he'll eventually get the gist. Brian Myers, JDC, and I can't remember who the other guy is. Eddie Edwards. They came out, they attacked Dark State because Dark State recently has now penetrated TNA and has started attacking TNA stars. Like Matt Cardona and obviously the system. They've been a victim of Dark State before recently, so they decided to come back and to come over to NXT and create some havoc. We got a video package for Ethan Page, who basically is celebrating his win over Ricky Saints at Great American Bash. I didn't think they were going to have Ricky Saints lose. I thought they might have Ricky Saints win back the title. But maybe they just decided, you know what, we're just going to give him the title, give him a short run with it, and then just take the belt off him, but because we're going to probably have him be on the main roster sooner rather than later, which I wouldn't be a bit surprised. We then, after this though, we get a match that is for the WWE Evolve Women's Championship. Apparently this was made official after a backstage altercation between Carmen Petrovic and the champion Callie Armstrong. I don't know who she is, Callie Armstrong, but she looked good in the minute or so that this match went, because this match didn't last very long at all, because Jordan Grace interrupted and attacked Carmen Petrovich, meaning Carmen wins via DQ. Great, this match wasn't a squash match, but it was definitely made to look like one, because Jordan Grace got interfered. It was just a short match because Jordan Grace interfered. And she is livid, and she wants Blake Monroe, and she wants Blake Monroe's head so she can tear it off. So she can tear it off Blake's body. Obviously, Stevie Turner and Robert Stone, who are people who work alongside Ava, the general manager, they came out to tell Jordan Grace that Blake's not here. Then a video package plays, and Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe is basically talking, is in her bathtub talking, and she basically invites Jordan Grace to be at ringside for her first ever singles match in NXT against what would then be announced later on as Ren Sinclair. Well, mainly because Ren Sinclair announced it during his backstage segment within QCCC. So that's how that ended. Well, it ended with Jordan Grace attacking the security that was out there to, I guess, defuse the situation, but that was never going to happen. Security in WWE are never meant to look like anything other than just rag dolls to throw around. But yeah. After the 6-man tag team match, obviously Trick Williams was backstage, and we were shown a group of superstars that are on the WWE LFG show, Legends and Future Greats. Now, these superstars were a part of Team Undertaker. Obviously, Trick Williams got into a little altercation with them. This then leads to The Undertaker taking to X to post a tweet saying that if you're going to disrespect my LFG team, I'm going to be coming this NXT next week, which will be in Houston, which is apparently his hometown. And so he's going to confront Trick Williams next week. And I'm guessing this will lead to one of his team members, whether it's, I know one of them, Shiloh Hill, because the only reason why I even know who he is, is because he's got that tooth that's missing, and his tooth that's missing. It's like very noticeable. The other guy was wearing like a backwards camo printed hat. I don't know who he was, but that is what it is. That ought to be interesting. Then we get Ava. Jasper Troy is in Ava's office. She wasn't exactly happy about what happened during that Falls Count Anywhere match, where Jasper Troy decided to take his aggression out on Ricky Saints after losing his match to Javon Evans. I mean, obviously what happened was a complete accident. Ethan Page just shoved Ricky Saints into Jasper Troy, and then Jasper Troy just decided to take his frustration out on Ricky Saints. Eventually led to him losing the match, but it is what it is. So Ava decided, you know what, next week, if you want him, I'll let you get your hands on Ricky Saints one-on-one in a match. And so that's the match made official for next week. Should be good. We got the Family Business triple threat match between Luca Crucifino, Stax, and Tony D'Angelo. This match went about 13 minutes, which is pretty long. But then again, the Carmen Petrovich versus Callie Armstrong match only lasted about a minute anyways, so it's like, yeah. This match was really good, and at one point, Tony D literally bulldozed Stax right through a section of wall by the timekeepers area, which has been done I think once or twice before in NXT, and I'm like, holy crap. I wanted to say the other word that the crowd was chanting, but obviously I don't think I'd be able to say that on YouTube. But it is what it is. Tony D wins the family business triple threat match. Good for him. What he does from here, I do not know, but hey, it is what it is. Congrats. We then get a segment involving Josh Briggs. He's out there talking about Great American Bash, about how his friend Yoshiki Inamura lost the NXT title to Obafemi, and he's calling out Obafemi himself for a match against the champion, which Oba comes out, and then Yoshiki comes out and basically says, Josh, you do not speak for me. You do not speak for me. And if he's gonna get a rematch for the title, he's gonna win the title with honor, obviously meaning he's not gonna cheat. But obviously Josh Briggs, at this point, I'm guessing Josh Briggs' booking right now is that he is desperate. He's desperate for a win, and he'll get it however he can, by any means necessary. Basically, he's trying to say that his friend Yoshiki Inamura doesn't have a killer instinct, doesn't have what it takes to go all the way against someone like Obafemi. But this basically was made into a triple threat match next week for the NXT title. This match should be good because the last triple threat match that Josh Briggs and Obafemi were involved in, it was named Match of the Year last year. It was last year's NXT Match of the Year, Stand and Deliver 2024. So this match should be great. And whether it main events or not, I don't think it matters. This match will be great regardless of where it is on the card. Then we got the main event. Masha Slamovich, Soruka and Zarya versus Fatal Influence. This, at one point, Izzy Dane and Tam Baxley came out to target Soruka and Zarya. This led to them brawling backstage, which then led Masha Slamovich to win the match on her own, which she was able to do. So, good for her. She won the match. Whether she wins the NXT title at Slammiversary tonight, I do not know. I don't have a prediction for that match. But I'd go with Masha. But that's just me. I'd rate NXT this week a 7 out of 10. We got AEW Dynamite. Nothing much was on this show. Nothing much. The good stuff that was on this show was the opening promo from Hangman Adam Page. The Young Bucks story throughout this episode of AEW Dynamite was that they have now lost all of their power as EVPs, and basically AEW is sparing no expense in reminding them of that. Basically by changing the name on their dressing room door to that from EVPs to just simply Young Bucks, to them not getting any cool pyro and stuff like they would get when they were the EVPs. We even got I'm not paying anybody anything. Jeez, you think that I've got something on Matt that he's just allowing me to be back on the live stream because he actually likes me, okay? And he knows that I'm not half as bad as you try to make me out to be. Okay, Mox? I'm not a monster. I'm not a bad person. I'm not someone that should be locked in jail for the rest of my life. I'm not that bad of a person, okay? And I think Matt knows that. Okay? If only knew half the stuff that's been going on. If only Matt knows what's been happening today on this live stream, and he will. He will. Like I said before, screenshots are perfect for if you want to catch someone doing something they're not supposed to do, or in this case, say certain stuff that they normally shouldn't say, but you think will make good ammo to use against them. But yeah, it is what it is. We got the opening, obviously saw Hangman and Page talk to the fans. He was basically thanking everybody who was able to help him at some point or another win this AEW World Championship, because it basically took the whole entire AEW roster to do this, to help him win. This was basically AEW's version of WrestleMania 40's Night 2 main event, where all the baby faces in the world came out to help Adam Page defeat the bad guys in the Death Riders. Where the Death Riders go after this, I do not know. Oh, Doctor Who, what, where? Oh, did you just like my live stream? If that's so, thank you. Now, I don't know if you're the real Doctor Who, what, where, because I know I've had someone come on here. What? Real King of Moxley? How's he on here? How's he on my live stream? I don't know, but we'll. Oh. You know what? I'm going to add you as a moderator, Doctor Who, what, where? Whoops. Okay, this is weird. Yeah, but it is what it is. We got the Kyle Fletcher versus Mascara Dorado. I have no idea who he is. Don't even care to know who he is. But he's one of those CMLL luchadors that AEW has been bringing in as of late. So it's nothing special. About 7 minutes, Kyle Fletcher wins. Good for him. He's obviously, I think eventually he is going to be the one to take the TNT title off of Dustin Rhodes, because obviously Adam Cole was the TNT champion going into All In, but he apparently had to vacate the title due to an undisclosed illness or whatever's going on with him. I don't know what it is, but I'm hoping that he's okay. But obviously, Dustin Rhodes then won the title in a Fatal 4-Way match that included Kyle Fletcher. I'm guessing that he's going to be the one to eventually win the title off of Dustin Rhodes and maybe even retire him completely. Maybe that's a plan they have for Dustin Rhodes. We got Adam Copeland. He's back. He's back after FTR laid him out at the end of Revolution. Or maybe it was, I can't remember when it was. I think it was, whenever it was. He's been out for a while, been out for about 4 months. So he got his revenge. On the Young Bucks, on FTR. Stokely Hathaway then comes out to make an announcement that FTR have talked to Tony Khan and AEW executives and whatnot, and they have made it clear that if Adam Copeland ever puts his hands on FTR ever again, then he will be fired by AEW. Luckily for Adam Copeland, nothing that Stokely said had anything to do with him, which I'm guessing is the one thing he should have thought about. Go to hell, Mox. Go to hell. and stay there. But yeah, this leads to Adam Copeland hitting a spear on Stokely. Nice. We got Toni Storm promo. We got a Toni Storm promo. She is celebrating her win at AEW All In. This was a typical Toni Storm promo. It was great. Then the woman who won the Women's Casino Gauntlet match at All In interrupted with a promo of her own, with a message of her own, which was, and the winner was Athena, aka former WWE superstar Ember Moon. So let's say it is what it is. I'm looking forward to that match. Then we also have the main event, Hangman Page, Mark Briscoe, and Powerhouse Hobbs versus the Death Riders. Lasted about 10 minutes. It was what it was. Nothing too serious, nothing too special about this match. And that's it. Basically nothing special about AEW Dynamite this week. I'd give it a 5.5 out of 10. A 6 out of 10 because there was at least a few things that I did like. Adam Copeland's promo, Hangman's promo, Toni Storm's promo. The promos were great from those three perspectives. And then even Mark Briscoe had a great backstage segment, promo. So it is what it is. Now on to Friday Night SmackDown. This episode was pretty darn good. The opening of the show had a car accident apparently happened involving Tonga Loa. Now, the running gag throughout this episode was that Solo Sikoa was apparently trying to pin it on Jacob. But that didn't necessarily work, and eventually it was determined that Jacob Fatu was innocent, and Solo Sikoa was the one who was eventually handcuffed. I thought this was incredibly funny. The opening I can't necessarily say, Dro, and thank you for coming if that is you, but I can't necessarily say when Brock will come back. Maybe he comes back at some point, but as long as the Janelle Grant lawsuit is still ongoing, it's not looking very likely that he's coming back anytime soon. Until the Janelle Grant lawsuit is over and done, he's not coming back. When that happens, I don't know. The first match/segment or whatever of the night, Charlotte Flair versus Raquel Rodriguez. This was a good match, about 11 minutes. Raquel has definitely gotten better. I don't know if Liv's injury just motivated her to just do better, but she's definitely been getting better as of late, and it's showing. This match was good. It was a Charlotte Flair match, and it was good. But obviously, Charlotte Flair was able to win via interference from Alexa Bliss, who basically thwarted attempted interference by Roxanne Perez. This allowed Charlotte Flair to get a big boot on Raquel and get a roll up for the win. Great. We got a video package for Jade Cargill sending a message to Tiffany Stratton that she's going to take the women's championship at SummerSlam. It is what it is, was what it was. Not bad. Not bad at all. Also, backstage, Carmelo Hayes was backstage. He was, last night he decided to do what he does best, open his mouth and write a check that it couldn't cash. Because he talked himself into a match with Damian Priest. And I'm like, oh shit, if he loses this match. But then they decided to play this match into the apparent feud that's now going on with Damian Priest and Aleister Black. We also got a video package for the Wyatt Six, who now apparently seem to have some motivation, who seem to have some purpose on SmackDown. basically we got some direction for the White Six. Great. We finally got some direction for the White Six as far as what they're doing and why they're. It's not so much what they're doing, but why they're doing it. Even though it's kind of old school and sort of been done a number of times, it's at least it's some direction and some reasoning. But hey, it is what it is. 7 likes. I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate the likes, guys. We then have Carmelo Hayes versus Damian Priest. This match lasted about. I think Cody will win at SummerSlam, and there's rumors that Cody might actually be turning heel for the first time ever since coming back to WWE. I'm like, if that happens, who knows what's going to happen, and who knows how people will react to it. Some people might be like, finally he turns heel because he was just boring as a babyface. And some people still might not care. Some people might still not care and might still complain that Cody's the champion again. Like, dude, you can't get everything you want all at once, okay? But we got Carmelo Hayes versus Damian Priest. Went about 11 minutes. Good match. And Carmelo Hayes actually won via DQ because Aleister Black decided to show up, interrupt the match, and cost Damian Priest the match by attacking him. This feud should actually be very good because I like both of these men, and this should be an excellent match when it eventually happens. Maybe we're going to get it at SummerSlam. Who knows? But SummerSlam this year is a 2-night event, so we will obviously be getting more matches at this year's SummerSlam than we've ever gotten. So at least 5 or 6 matches each night. We then get Soto Sikoa versus, we got Stephanie Baker versus Alba Fire tonight. Also a short match, lasted about 2 minutes. Didn't need to happen, really. They could have just done an in-ring segment. Who knows? We also got a recap. Of what happened. I think it was either Wednesday. It was either Wednesday or Thursday when Randy Orton was a guest on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and this week they have Joey Roll, who is now Randy Orton's tag team partner in a match at SummerSlam against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. So they were on Jimmy Kimmel's show. McIntyre and Logan Paul decided to crash the interview, and all hell broke loose. I've seen the full interview, the full interruption leading into Logan Paul getting chokeslammed through the desk. I thought that was hilarious and so much fun. And also, it's weird for me sometimes. Obviously, I know wrestlers almost always constantly in wrestling gear, but sometimes it's still. I still get weirded out whenever I see a wrestler and they're not wearing wrestling gear and they're in regular street clothes like I'm wearing right now. Like I'm wearing basically a jersey and camo shorts, but it's just interesting for me to see wrestlers wearing actual normal clothes. And so, but hey, I thought it was fun. And this match should actually be good. Should be good because we got 3 men in there who are great at what they do. And so they all should carry this match. Now, as far as what Joey Roll brings, I don't know. But we'll see. We got a fatal 4-way number 1 contenders match to determine number 1 contenders for the tag team championships. We got DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns versus Flaxium versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. Now, I didn't know who was going to win this match, but now that I see Andrade and Rey Fenix get a title shot, win this match and get a title shot, I'm like, it kind of does make sense because every other team in this match has either held the titles or has gotten a shot at the titles at one time or another. So Hey, the SmackDown Tag Team Division on the men's side is stacked. Raw doesn't necessarily have a whole bunch of elite tag teams. They have the New Day, they have the Creed Brothers, and they have the War Raiders, and then nobody else really. You got Alpha Academy, but they are not relevant at all. The LWO have not been relevant in quite some time. And you've got Grayson, Waller, and Austin Theory, who are another tag team, and they seem destined for a split, although they've been teasing that for at least a year, over a year now, and it just doesn't make for at least a year now, and who knows if they will ever break up. But congrats to Andrade and Rey Fenix. Then we get the main event segment, Cody Rhodes and John Cena contract signing for their match at SummerSlam for the Undisputed title, for the WWE title. This was typical. John Cena played up his typical heel character and was trying his hardest to get out of this match. But that was never going to happen. Cody Rhodes was like, no, you're not getting out of this match. And Cody Rhodes had already signed the contract. And so at one point, Cody Rhodes just figures, okay, I'm just going to force John Cena to sign this contract. And then Cody Rhodes decided to mention to John that this match will now be a street fight for the title. We also got Cody Rhodes hitting John Cena with the title belt, which I don't think, it is what it is. I don't think it means anything, but who knows? He might turn heel at SummerSlam. Who knows? We might be looking at a double turn at SummerSlam. John Cena turns face with Cody Rhodes turning heel. To be honest, it almost makes sense that John Cena is not going to end this run as a heel. All the Gamer Games, hey, thanks for coming, and if that's you hitting that like button, thanks. I appreciate it. But hey, it is what it is. I think John Cena is not going to stay heel for the entire last few months of this retirement run. He's going to turn face again. It has to happen. And it could happen at SummerSlam, but I don't know. We will see. But that is it. That is it for this episode, for this live stream. It went on a little bit longer than I wanted to, and also I was a little late getting to it because my phone just kept acting up, and YouTube on my phone kept acting up and just wouldn't let me go live. So, but I got this live stream out anyways. Thank you guys for showing up, and until next time, I will see you guys. And peace. Bye, guys.